Hello, my name is Stephanie Moore, one of the children's librarians here at Massanutten Regional Library, and today I'm here to show you guys how to do the September craft for grades K through 5. And this month we have an origami frog and origami rings. And so you can pick up your pack, which will look like this, at any of your local branches. And in the kit you'll just have a few items. The first thing you'll have is the instructions, the picture instructions on how to do the frog and the ring. Then you have a colored piece of paper for the ring, and you have a white piece of cardstock for the frog. And you just need a couple items from home for this. You'll need a ruler, some tape, scissors, and some markers. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, now we're going to make an origami jumping frog, which you can... It goes a little like this. I did get him to do a flip earlier, but I wish I could get it on camera, but that just gives you an idea of what it can do once you finish with it. So let's put him aside for a while, and let's get our white piece of cardstock out. And as with any origami projects, having a ruler or a knitting needle or something that you can really make creases for is very important for this project. So what we're going to do first is we're going to fold our rectangle in half and make sure that the ends meet. So we're going to do this, make sure the corners match, and then we're going to crease it like this. And I'm going to take my ruler and make sure that it's properly creased. And so then you're going to unfold it like this. And the next step we're going to do is we're going to take the top corner, one of the top corners, and we're going to do the same step for both corners, so either one is fine. And then we're going to fold it over until it matches and makes a triangle. And it's going to be kind of big. And then we're just going to crease it. Just crease it really good and unfold it. And then the next thing you're going to do is take the other corner that you didn't fold, and now we're going to fold that to make a triangle as well. So there we go, and use the ruler to crease that too. Then unfold it. Now what you're going to do next is you're going to bring the top of the rectangle down where the center piece, it's hard to kind of see in the video, but where the center, where all your folds meet, you are going to pull it down there, crease it, and then let it up. So what's going to happen now is we're going to do, hold on, that wasn't very good. Let's do another one. So there we go, that's better. So fold it in half and put it up. And now what we're going to do is called a squash fold, and this is probably going to be the trickiest part of making your jumping frog. So it may take a few tries. It might take me even a few tries in this video. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the sides to the middle so they meet each other, kind of like this. And it may take a few tries to get it right. So it'll fold like this, so you'll have the two triangles, and then take your hands, get into the triangle, and then there we go. And then fold it down to make another triangle. And this is the frog's head, so let's crease it so it can be nice and good. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to fold the two corners of the triangle up to the center. So let's get started with that. We're going to fold it up right here. And we're going to fold this up right here. And once we've done that, then we are going to go back to the triangles and fold them from the top out, and then fold the right side of the paper towards the center and repeat with the other side. So let's start here. All right, so it's a little tricky. We're going to fold it in half. And then take your other side and fold it in half too. Yeah, this works a little better. I just had to rotate it a little bit. And we're going to make sure that we crease it really well with the ruler. And then we're going to fold these out so they kind of make little legs for him. But we're going to make them a little smaller. And how we're going to do that is we are going to make another triangle. And so take this, the top part, and fold it in like this. And as you can see, like you just got a little piece sticking out there. It's like you're kind of folding the triangle in half. And you'll just do the same thing with the other one. And this one's a little crooked, so let me try to refold that. And so it's even with the top one. Yeah, there we go. I fixed it. So crease those. Then what you're going to do next is you are going to take the bottom of your rectangle, so make sure you see it, and then fold it all the way up to the top, where it meets the point. And there's my point of the frog's head. Then fold that in half, and then what you're going to do next is you're going to flip it over and fold it again and crease it. And then you've got your frog, and you can color it if you like. I'm gonna just make some eyes real quick. And something that I've learned when I was making this for the video, cardstock works very well. You can try to make frogs out of other things too. This is out of wrapping paper, but as you can see, I had a hard time getting it to flip very well. It looks pretty cool, but flipping it was a problem. So I would stick to the cardstock if you want to have them flip. And then what you can do is, with a friend, maybe you can have frog races and see who can go the farthest. My first one is winning, but so you can just do that. And then you can also, if your frog doesn't seem to be going very well, what I've done is you might want to fold it and make it a little smaller and see if that helps your frog go a little further too. Oh, he flipped over. So there we go. So here's the origami frogs. Okay, let's get started on our origami ring. So take your colored piece of paper, and making creases is very important on any origami project. So you might want to have your ruler or a knitting needle or something that can help you make your creases a little crisper through this. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take the rectangle and we're going to fold it in half long ways like this. So make sure that they line up so the middle is even. Let me just make sure mine do that. And then you're going to gently fold it in half and crease it. I'll do this. Then you're going to unfold it like this. The next step you're going to do is you're going to take the bottom again, but in this time you're going to put it to that fold that you just made. So take it, lift it up, and put it in the middle. Crease it. All right, and turn the paper around. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take the bottom and you're going to make it meet up to the middle. And then you're going to crease it. Okay, and then the next step is to fold the rectangle in half to make a smaller one. So I'll start from here, make sure they line up evenly, as you can see, and then fold it in half and make sure that it's nice and crisp. Alright, so the next step is the one that I had the most trouble with, so you may take a couple times to get it right. So you're going to take one corner and you're going to fold it into the center fold to make a small triangle. Then you're going to do the same thing to the bottom of your paper. And then once you've made those, then just unfold them like this. And then now you're going to take it and you're going to move the triangle in the middle. And this may take a few times. It took me a few times. And to make sure. And so it looks like this, like there's a slice missing. You can see that. And then we're going to do the other side carefully. And just gently fold it in. And then make sure it's crisp. And then, all right, and now your piece of paper is going to look like this. All right, so then the next thing it's going to do is you're going to want to fold, once again, you're going to want to fold the flaps into the center like this. So we'll do one, and then do the other side. Okay, and so we'll flip it over, and we'll fold this one to the center, and we'll fold this one to the center. All right, so now we've made our folds, and then we're going to take this up like this. You can see, pull the flaps apart, and then this is where you got to be a little careful because we're going to make our square part of the ring. So you got to gently, very gently, unfold it, and then put your finger in a little bit to like make it a little more. You can see right here, and then you now have the square part, and push it down a little bit. And sometimes it just takes a little fiddling to get it how you like it. And I like that. And then what you're going to do is, depending on what finger you're going to put it on, you're going to just kind of make a circle like this. And you may need to trim the edges. Like I'm going to trim just like a little bit off of mine with the scissors, just so it's a little smaller. Put that aside, and then I'm going to have it over like this, and then I'm going to take a piece of tape. Clear can be nice, or if you want to add a nice accent or flare, you could put a small piece of duct tape on it, and then tape it together. And now you have a beautiful new ring. Alright, and I just wanted to wrap up this video by sharing a few books related to our crafts today. First, I have Deadly Frogs, which is a nonfiction book, and this just, as the title says, it talks about deadly frogs. And they're very colorful, but they can be very poisonous and dangerous. And unfortunately, as you can see by the map, we don't have to worry about them because they live in South America. So we're pretty good there. And this book is interesting. It just talks about how they use the toxins to figure out ways to help people who have been bitten by venomous animals. So scientists study them that. And then it shows how some tribes in South America use them to hunt animals. Like they're using a dart and like coating it with the poison of the frogs. So it's a really interesting book that shares a lot of good information about frogs. And then for the ring craft, a ring plays a very important part in The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Basically, the story tells about how Gandalf wanted to go on a quest, and he got Bilbo, a hobbit, and 9 dwarves to help him on a quest. And on the way, he goes into a cave where he meets this creature named Gollum, who has a ring, and the ring turns him invisible. And this ring does a lot of things to help Bilbo fight the dragon Smog throughout the book. So it's a really great read, and the best part is there's a sequel, some of you may be familiar with it, called Lord of the Rings Trilogy, and you can just have that in mind if you really like this book. There's a follow-up which talks more about Bilbo's nephew Frodo as he deals with the ring. So great, that is all for this month. I look forward to seeing you again in October with a new craft. Have a good day. Bye.